Hey, good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend?
Man, I am doing wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. And I hate to jump right into it, but man, that interview that you had on your new show, The Toy Collector, or is it The Toy Collector?
Yeah, Meet the Collector.
Meet the Collector, dude. Fantastic, man. If you guys out there haven't watched that show, watch it because it is a phenomenal interview. You guys both look like you had so much fun. It was such a normal, natural conversation, and it was just fantastic. So,
Yeah, good
hats
morning,
off.
Brian. Thank you,
Morning,
buddy. I
Brian.
really
Yeah.
appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Um, Later in the show today, when we have more people here, because Brian's already popped in, and we have a special guest with us today. And hey, look at Recon Rage. We just connected this week.
Hey, what's up,
And
Blake?
friended each other. So good morning. So later in the show, whenever we have, hey, good morning, Rob. When we have more people in the chat, I'll give a little hint at next week's guest because I already have the next two interviews recorded and in the can, and I've got the next two people lined up after that. Hey, there it is. Hey, Curtis, sorry. Yes, you give me a good piece of advice about making sure that we do the upcoming, the scheduled things, and
Mm.
I didn't get around to it this week. It was pretty busy, even though I had the entire week off from work because of snow and the entire state shut down. But yes, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to have a ritual to where as soon as this show ends, and I have to go in and like update the title and the thumbnail. I will immediately schedule and post the thumbnail for the next show, so it'll be easier to find. So thank you guys so much for that. And
Curtis
yes,
has
good
some
morning.
Curtis has some good advice every once in a while.
And speaking, hey Andy, hey Benny. And speaking of Curtis and some shout outs, dude, you and I had a blast last
Dude,
Sunday
that
night
was
with Jesse
yeah,
and
that
Curtis and
was
shooting
fun.
the shelf. That was a lot of fun. Um, you know,
That was so
3 hours of goodness. That was a lot of. Look at that. Got my shirt on backwards this morning like I'm supposed to. Look at that. Hey, Mythic. It's at the Mythic Enabler shirt.
yeah, I had an interview with Wyatt last night, and I
Nice.
just slept in my shirt and woke up and was ready to go.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, like I said, even though my kids had a week off from school and I had a week off from work, it was still a very busy week. Just keeping track of the kids because my wife still had to go to work because animal medicine never stops.
Hmm.
So even though despite the entire state shutting down, yeah, Curtis. Yeah, you're right. Curtis does make a couple of videos here and there,
One or two,
um,
sure.
one
There.
or two. I
What's
did
the
make.
play?
Oh, in the chat.
Echevarria.
Hey, good morning, G. Good
Sorry, go
morning,
ahead. Go
G.
ahead.
Hey, I think we have enough people here. I will go ahead and give the clue now, and I will give the clue at the end if I remember, because 48 brain's not what it used to be. I will go ahead and give you guys a clue. You guys can guess in the chat, but I'm neither going to confirm nor deny uh, that if you guys get it right. But my next guess, which will go up next Friday, here is the only clue I'm going to give you. You guys are familiar with the guest, and here's the clue: orange. That's all I'm going to say. Orange. If I said purple,
Dude,
you guys would be like, "Oh, I totally know who it is." But
did you get
orange?
Donald Trump? Is Donald Trump on your
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Not at all.
No, never.
Never.
Good morning, Jordan. Coming in with the purple hearts for the save to get me out of trouble. And then there we go. Dub 3. All right. So, dude, here's one of the things I worked on this week. Check this out. Let me hit the design. Here we go. New little intro video for
I
a little
love it.
segment we like to call After These Messages. We'll be
I love it.
right back. All right, let's get into it. Terrence, you're going to get me in trouble.
I went
Okay, all
there.
right.
Sorry, guys. I shouldn't have said that
You
name.
broke the rule, dude. You broke the rule. We have one rule in our chat group.
So Mark's hint was orange for his next guest.
All right. And like I said, it's poker legend Johnny Chan. I don't get that reference, but yes, it that is a possibility. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share the screen because even though we are nearing our 50s and we've traded our cereal for coffee, we absolutely still love our 80s commercials. So let's get into it and hope you all can see and hear this. I love it.
Those were great figures too.
Not gonna lie, I want this in classified series.
Oh yeah, that would be a blast.
Oh, and I want that Cobra Commander too, by the way.
Hmm.
Oh, I'd take that slam.
Trevor's saying that they can't hear the audio.
Can't hear the audio. Okay.
You guys have fun, Terrence. Enjoy yourselves. Drive safe.
Oh, I remember. I had that. I did
That's
not
pretty
have that.
cool. That's pretty cool, man. I'm sure at some point they'll have a battle armored Cobra Commander in a deluxe packaging, of course.
Yes, I'm certainly. I All right. So I am sorry if you guys could not hear that. My apologies. I will look into see why that did not.
The
Yeah. The
juice.
Go ahead.
I'm just commenting on Terrence. He said OJ. I said the juice.
The juice. Uh, yeah, I too want that battle armor Cobra Commander. I think it was on my GI Joe top 5 most wanted figures for
Mhm.
2025. Um, so yeah, Heinrich. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know he's already on, or I don't know. Yeah, he's visiting family. I know he was on the road this morning.
What's up, Heinrich?
Got J Mac in the chat. Let's see. Is the guest OJ Simpson? No. I mean, he'd be a dead guest, but we try to get him in. Yeah, I don't think we'd get much information out of him. But yeah, no,
We got
understood.
Joe G also. Joe G's in the
Yeah.
house.
Oh my gosh. There we go.
Thank you,
All right.
Joe.
We
Thank you guys
see
for
it.
coming in. I appreciate it.
Can't hear. Trevor said no audio. Okay. All right, guys. I will try to figure out why that happened and then make sure it does not happen again next week because you got to hear that guy, man. That guy. Like that guy's voice is great. Like, here comes the Ninja Turtle sewer layer placing
Exactly. Exactly.
with toxic waste. Oh no.
Be there.
Leonardo's in trouble. Good morning.
Morning,
Good morning,
Chris.
everybody. All right, buddy. We're gonna get into it because oh, I don't think we talked about this yet, but guys, this is gonna be a very interesting show today because um, we're gonna have a host switch mid show. Because Greg's got a family thing he needs to attend to,
Mhm.
and so we're going to do. We just did our little '80s commercial little segment. We're going to do hauls, and then we're going to try to wrap that up and get Greg out of here by 10:30. And then we have a special guest that's going to come on. He's coming off the bench. He is very fitting for what we're going to be talking about today, which is cosmic legions. And so you
Mhm.
guys in the chat may already know who that may be. So let's get into it. Does that audio play? Can you guys hear
Yes,
that? Okay, all
I
right.
hear it. I don't know if they hear it. I'm sure they do.
Um, Uh, so I love all these guesses in the chat. It's awesome. It makes for a good time. You know what? I did want to. I meant to mention this earlier, but you know what? I got ADD. I can't stay focused. Um, but I did want to mention that Curtis and Jesse just had some really kind words about not only about us, but more specifically about this show and about how it has really enhanced their Saturday mornings. And I really hope that that is true for everybody uh because look at this guest right here. Wouldn't that be a fun interview? uh because um because that's really what we're shooting for here is we're shooting for like if two friends got together. I thoroughly believe that if Greg and I were neighbors and when we were 10 years old, 9 and 10 years old, 11 years old, we would have been besties. We probably would have been at each other's house constantly. And we definitely would have been getting together on Saturday mornings, probably with our bowls of cereal, probably had a sleepover Friday night. Uh,
Absolutely.
and then
The same sleeping bag?
sword fighting. That's all I'm saying. Sword fighting. And then, uh, and then we would have been up on Saturday mornings with our bowls of cereal and our action
Absolutely.
figures, getting ready for the day. So that is what we try to make this show, just with 99% less sword fighting.
And we appreciate you guys tuning in and putting up with our banter.
Yeah, yeah, we got 18 of you guys, and if anybody is new here in the chat and missed it, my guest next week, the hint is orange. The hint, the password is orange. Okay, let's get into it. I've got a fair amount
I do too. I had a
for my
pile of,
haul. So,
pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store.
ooh, I have a massive box coming in today from Big Bad Toy Store that I can't wait. It's 3 weeks worth of stuff, and I'm excited. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. So, all
I know.
right. Sleepovers rule. Mythic sleepovers coming
I'll
soon.
be
It's
there.
down. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it. Why don't you don't cross the
Okay.
streams? Yeah,
Right.
we'll
No
try
stream
not to.
crossing.
All right,
I finally picked this up at a local comic shop, Tardy's. It was the Halo
nice.
jumper. Really been wanting this one. I love these sets. I don't have the infantry yet, but I have the other, and I don't have the scuba guy either. But the infantry I would like to have. But I got the female sniper and I got the Halo. And those are the two that I really wanted. So
Yeah, that
happy about
guy
that.
is basically just a repaint of airtight, right?
I
Is it
believe so.
airtight?
Yeah.
Not airtight. Sorry, airborne.
Airborne. Right.
We haven't
Yeah.
gotten airtight yet. He's on my list as well. I definitely want that guy.
Yeah. He
Yeah, so
is
you should love
exactly.
that guy because I know how much you love airborne.
Yes. Yeah. I love the he's got the helmet with the
Yeah. That's the
pretty cool.
same helmet that and mask setup that comes with it's either I think it's Ripcord or is it Crazy It's Ripcord. I'm
Mhm.
looking up um at my Dragonfly. And I have a really hard time like getting like both sides to connect at the same time. I can get one side to connect and then the other side just kind of hangs loose a little bit.
Mhm.
It's a little weird. Um That's a really good pickup. Did you pay full price or was it discounted? Because I know that they're starting to get discounted at some stores
I
now.
had
So
I had store credit at the comic shop, so
there you go. Perfect.
I
Um,
paid full price. Full
I
price
would like
credit.
to. I'd like to give a shout out to the shipping lord, shipping commander, shipping king,
Yes.
Rob Zamora in the chat because he found me this all the way out in California. I have yet to see it, and he shipped it to me. And this thing was so well packaged. No wonder my guy works in shipping. And that is the Hot Wheels
Nice.
Gold Bug Bumblebee.
Awesome.
I love this. It's got that little gold fleck and sparkle. I'm not an in package collector, so this will get opened. Um, so I feel bad for Rob because he packaged it so well, so it wouldn't get crumbled or anything because he didn't know how I was going to collect it. So I felt obligated to like keep it in package for at least a week, and then I'm going to open it. But yeah, I love Transformers, and then like these are like the only time I get to play with Transformers like in their alt mode because typically like I just put them like in like robot form and then they just stay on my shelf forever. Ripcord. What was I saying? What did I say? Did I say
Oh,
crazy
about
horse?
the I just
GI Joe.
dropped
Did I? Did I not call him Ripcord? What did I call
I
him?
think
Let
you.
me know.
Well, no, you're. It was airborne that we were.
Oh, wait, maybe that is. So,
The
Andy,
Halo
are you
jump.
saying that
I,
the Halo
I,
jumper is a repaint of Airborne instead of, I mean, of Ripcord instead of Airborne? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Look at that. Those are fantastic
These are my
figures.
doubles. I've got doubles of these guys now.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. I have a double of Wolverine that I keep in the package right there.
Hmm.
Right there.
Right there.
Just because he was one of my favorites. He was like
Me too.
I love the spider. I would even take a red and blue Spider Man
Oh yeah,
because he came out in the in the line too. I think
yeah. He was the first.
yeah, I want to say that I think was it Spider Man was the only variant in that
I think
whole
so.
wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember anybody else, but yeah, uh, oh, his
The mask.
mask
Okay.
is
Gotcha.
yes,
Thanks, Andy.
yes, got you. Um, Yeah, thanks, Benny. Yeah, that is a cool Hot Wheels. They're doing a few. I have Optimus Prime in his trailer. They did Bumblebee. I think Bumblebee may have been first, and now they're doing another deluxe, which is Ultra Magnus in his trailer. So, Rob, keep your eyes out because I need that thing too. If I see it pop up online, I will just order it online. Double Smurber. I love that. Doubles Smurber. Double Smurber.
Hmm.
Buying doubles of stuff. Okay, I did get in my in stock sale from the Horseman, so I'm going
Nice.
to show off some of
Mine's today.
those. Oh, yours comes today.
Mhm.
Perfect. I got this is the Black Knight or the Gunmetal
So
Knight with
cool.
brown leathers.
Yep. I ordered that one.
Really and truly, just so I could get some of these brown leather parts, which I love
Hmm.
so much. But this
Me
guy
too.
does look nice. I say that my thought is to pop and swap immediately out of the package, but I don't know. We'll see how this we'll see. See you, G. Have fun for the rest of your
Thanks,
day.
buddy.
But
Take
yeah,
care.
that's one of my pickups. Ooh, the Saw Viper. I'm on the fence about this guy. I don't know if I'm
Me
gonna get him
too.
or not.
But I don't know. I love the armor, the chest
Yeah,
armor, and the color is different. I was like, I'll give it a try.
I
I'll
love
let
all
you know.
the gimp jokes the about his mask
Yes.
that are popping up online. You know, get the gimp out the box. Was that a line from? Seems like that would have been a line from Pulp Fiction. One of my in stock purchases was Gonks. I love this guy so much, and even though I have him, I popped his head off and I put on the Bog Goblin head from like the Heads pack,
Mhm.
and I made my own little rusty Bog Goblin because I missed out on that figure. But this
Nice.
is one of my favorite heads of all time.
Yes.
Look at that nasty rusted faceplate. That thing is
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah. I love it.
I
That was my first
love
Goblin.
that. This was yeah. I think
My
this
first.
might be everybody's first Goblin. This thing is gorgeous. So it popped up on the in stock sale, and I had to snag one real quick because they went quick.
Hmm. I got my second Motu figure,
Ooh,
Evil
it's
In.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
Beautiful.
really nice figure. I was like, oh, so I think that'll look good on my Mythic shelf.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up the classic Skeletor that just came out in that line if I
That's
find
a
it.
nice one. That's a nice one. I
Uh,
got two more. I got two more.
who was it in our chat? Was it Brian in our chat that said he had pre-ordered the figure at regular price and then Walmart changed it to $21, so he canceled his pre-order and pre-ordered the $21 one, but then Walmart canceled his $21 one because the price was wrong, and then now he had to go back to
Walmart,
pre-order
man.
the
Walmart being Walmart.
exactly. Let's see what Benny says here. He says, I'm playing with ISS and AWOC. I received this week so many. I took advantage of that AWOC sale and did what I do best over
Over by.
by. Yep, exactly.
We all did.
That brings up a really good question. Brian says, "Yep, it was me. Sorry, Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
That's crappy." I want to ask all my AWOC collectors out there: are you having problems with your shipping if you order directly from? Uh oh. Are you having? I'm gonna post this, but are you guys having any problems with shipping when you order directly from Sparrow? I'll tell you what happened. I placed an order on the 14th, and for those playing at home, today's the 25th. So I still has have as of yet not received a shipping notification.
Hmm.
So know somebody on the inside, and I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, can you ask your friends over at Sparrow what's going on?" And he did, and somebody immediately like emailed me back. I got an email from Adam, I believe was his name, and he said this was Thursday night, and he was like, "Hey, we're really sorry. I think the warehouse had a problem with one of your items being out of stock, and it should ship tomorrow." That was Friday. It still didn't ship,
Hmm.
and
You're having
so
some shipping issues lately, buddy.
so, has anybody else gotten that particular response? We're sorry, but we have had a problem with one of your items being out of stock, because that sounds like I think I've read that online and I've heard people say that already. So that feels like a stock answer and not a legitimate one. As like we're just covering our tails here. But I want to order more, but I feel like I can't order. I don't want to place a second order when my last order hasn't shipped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
uh, um, okay. All right, Blake. Hey, that's good to know. All my direct shipping from Sparrow always gets delayed and takes forever. Well, I do know that they have moved from shipping in house to a third party fulfillment center. So maybe they need to rethink this particular fulfillment center. It's great that they have that growing pain. That's great that they have so many orders that they have to get somebody else to handle it. But this is kind of ridiculous, like with Four Horsemen, I kind of feel like that's normal because they have such a small shipping team, but it seems like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, let me not complain
Bummer.
anymore. Part of I did want to wanted to go back to Curtis's statement that Double Joint is about to receive a great honor that only two other shows have received. I am taking you guys in the shower with me. Hey, we're crossing streams. That's what we're doing.
That's
Um,
right.
Okay, AWOC figures bought off Amazon always arrive quickly and on time. Yeah. Okay. Joe. Hey, that's his name. That's the guy who emailed me. So yes. Thank you. Adam is a good dude, and you can definitely reach out to him directly. Yeah, I did. I responded to him directly. And so we'll see how it goes. In stock sale. I'm glad I grabbed another Ninian. Because A, these guys are freaking amazing.
They're amazing.
B, we're going to be talking about them more again today in the second half of the
Mhm.
show. And C, I bought so many of these for friends that I forgot to get a second one for myself at Legion's Con. I thought I had all of them, and when I went back to the room and I started counting everything up, I was like, dang, I only got one for myself. First world problems, I
Yeah.
know. But this guy was so amazing. And when I went back, they were sold out for the whole weekend. So, that's on
Yeah.
me. I should have prepared better and should have
Yeah,
counted
that
better.
happened with me in the heavy gunner. I had bought a bunch for everyone else, and I'm like, wait a minute, this math ain't mathing. I'm short.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got the copper
absolutely.
kid.
Ooh, mine comes today.
Yeah, very
Did you get
cool.
his cycle with him or no? I didn't.
No, unfortunately, I want it. I will buy it whenever it's available somewhere somehow. But a great looking figure. Maybe we should unbox next weekend or something.
Yeah, let's
Together.
do that. Yeah, I kind of feel like the vehicles will be around for a while because that Thunder tank just keeps getting cheaper
Yeah.
and cheaper and cheaper. And one day it's going to be cheap enough where I pull the trigger. And then I don't remember the lady's name, but the female cop lady or whatever ranger
Yeah,
is that
I
they have
have
both.
that. I haven't opened it yet.
The bike is still available. So I kind
Yeah.
of feel like the Copper Kids bike is probably more popular than her bike, and it may sell out, but I kind of feel like I'm gonna get it
Yeah.
eventually. But yeah, my Copper Kid comes today. I'm so excited.
Nice.
And then in the in stock sale, I finally got my favorite of all of the exclusives from Legion's Con, and that is the CC24 retailer version.
Nice.
I love this figure so much. This was a complete surprise. I did not think I was going to. Of the four, I did not expect this one to be my favorite, but this figure is incredible and I love it. It's one I would say it's probably my third favorite mythic cosmic, sorry. Because Fisher Rice is my favorite. That ought to make Curtis happy. and then Kaylee and Shun is my second favorite. She was my favorite for the longest. I did get an extra one of these from Timothy, so now I have both looks on my shelf. But but yeah, uh,
My
that's it.
last, what was that?
But that's it. Yeah, go ahead.
My last pickup is a line that's red hot right now. I recommend picking these up whenever you can. People are realizing how cool these are. Operation Monster Force.
Okay, so that is the Urban Operations. Come
Yes, sir.
on, Nova.
I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Thank you
we'll
guys.
talk. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. We're gonna have a good rest of your day, buddy.
All right.
You
See
can
you
go ahead
guys.
and hop
Thank
off,
you.
and I'm gonna. Yep. Lord have mercy. Oh man, that was crazy. I didn't know why the dogs were attacking him like all of a sudden. Yeah, he had some people come into his house. So all right. So I guess that let me finish up my last two pickups real quickly and then we'll get into it. I got the Rage Toys Samurai Force Michelangelo. Somehow I missed Leo. I have Donnie, but these are the ones that come out that are like summer, spring, autumn, whatever. I love that it's got a flap on the front, and then you open it, and they don't show you anything. Like I was like, "Ooh, let me see the figure before I open it." Nope, they're like, "No, sorry, yeah, we put a book cover flap on there." I got this from Toys Metaverse. It also comes with the expanded kit with all the extra heads and attachments. And then you guys might have seen my pose video that I posted this week. My last pickup is the Marvel Legends. He is open. I've just cut the plastic, but the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Collection. Agent Venom. I saw this guy in stores. Thought he looked pretty dope to pose, and he was. He's a lot of fun. No waist swivel though, which is bizarre. And I also did a review, so if you want to see the review, Dub Dub says, bring on Jeffrey. And I think you guys have already figured it out, but yep, our special guest for the rest of the show is our good buddy, Cosmic Jeff, Jeff Evans. How's it going, buddy?
Great, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful this morning. You up? You got the coffee? You ready to go?
Got the coffee.
Mm, I love that mug. I too have a Mandalorian mug. Not that one, but a different one. So Jeff is going to come on Clutch for us today because I kind of feel like if it was just me talking, you guys would get real bored real quick. I know I would. And so Greg was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make the whole show tomorrow. We need somebody to fill in." And Jeff was like, "I got you. I got you. Let's do it." And it's going to be it's going to be I closed that window. It's going to be a cosmic rest of the half of the show because what we're going to do is Jeff and I are both going to open a Cosmic Legions figure, which I know is right up Jeff's alley. And I was like, "Do you happen to have a Cosmic you haven't opened yet?" And he's like, "Got you."
A
And then
double unboxing?
oh, that's perfect. We're both going to do it. Oh, I love it whenever Greg and I can do that. It's so much fun when we get to open the same figure.
That's why I asked you. I was like, what are you opening? Because I can open the same.
Yeah. Awesome. 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 And then we're going to be talking about the I got to pull it back up. We're going to be talking about the Cosmic Legions head pack. Which the heads packs, the character packs, that's what they're
Character
called. Character
packs, they
packs.
call.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about that. And I had that post pulled up and then completely lost it. So let me get back to that. There it is. There we go. Let me click through it real quick and make sure that we're going to be. Nope, I got to find the correct post. 1 second while I'm looking at looking for
So,
these.
how
Greg,
is
fill in for
everybody
me,
in the
man.
chat this morning?
Is anybody doing any toy hunting today?
Yeah, anybody getting out there? J-Mac, yeah, I'm running a gauntlet, I guess. Yeah, a mini gauntlet. Off-road last night. Double jointed immediately this morning.
Yeah.
What's up, Benny?
Man, I had these pulled up and I can't believe
Andy says, only thing I got this week was the Joy Toy Warhammer Blood Angels.
Oh yes, he showed me that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
Benny,
things
go
are
go
amazing.
grab Cosmic Legion. Let's all open a Cosmic Legion today.
That's right. Let's do it. I am pretty sure. Wait. Nope. Okay. I'll just have to click through. I found them. We'll click through. All
Cool.
right. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to do our double unboxings. And where is the video? All right, let's get back to it. So, yes, like I said, of all of the Legion's Con exclusives, I would have not picked that this would be my favorite figure. It wasn't until um, uh, I got them home and opened them and did the reviews that I was like, oh my goodness, like this guy is fantastic. And I realized that he doesn't come with the same, all of the same parts. There were some parts that were exclusive to the set, but to the Legion's Con exclusive. But for the most part, he is pretty kitted out. I want to say, is it, Jeff, you can correct me, is it really just the arms, the swap out arms that were
It's the armored
exclusive to that
arms
set?
and it's the Tusk helmet.
The Tusk helmet. That's right.
Yeah, that matches
So,
the rest of the body.
right. So yeah. So that's really good. So you're not missing out on a lot. I still think if you get just this retail exclusive version, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's still in stock.
That helmet.
Yeah, that head. That's right. Did you buy 2 of those to keep one in package and one to open, or?
No, this is still the one from Legion's Con.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Have you at least opened it and messed around with it, or is it just nope, not at all?
No, I've had stacks and stacks of figures for the last 2 or 3 months, and I just got around to like organizing last night. I stayed up late.
Yeah. That's funny that you're getting around to opening the retailer version before the exclusive that you got months ago.
Yep.
But that's how it goes sometimes. I remember I bought, everybody knows this story, you're probably sick of hearing it, but I bought a HISS tank from a friend of mine back in March of last year or April. And I didn't want to open it until I paid it off. So I wouldn't open it. And I kept racking, like, it was nerve wracking to me because I kept thinking, man, am I going to open, like, am I going to get a chance to open, like, this, like, should I open the Cobra Commander that comes with the HISS tank because it's retro, it's the retro version, the new body. Man, I'm really going to want to open it, but I really don't want to open it because it's exclusive to the set.
Right.
And then by the time that I finally got around to opening it, I had already bought 2 of the retro card commanders that were found in stores. So I didn't even have to worry about it anymore. Like once I got those, I was like, well, I guess I'll just, one of these is open now and on my shelf. The other's still in the package to display because that art is so amazing. And I don't even have to worry about it. So yeah, it literally took me, 9 months or whatever to get around to opening that thing and I didn't even have to. So
and the retro one has the VAC metal, whereas they weren't able to do it on the Mickey Mouse.
Right, exactly. So it even looks even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not true. I did buy 2, but I went ahead and opened both. I remember. Yeah, that's right. Because one, I wanted to do the retro body with a hooded head, so I got an additional hooded head off of eBay that was already painted, and so I have both on my shelf behind me.
And I cannot wait for the armor Cobra Commander.
Yeah, I really hope that happens. Sorry, guys. I'm just opening my candy in the movie theater. It's really loud, and there's a lot to unpack in this set. Jeff, give us the price. What does this guy go for retail right now on Big Bet or on the Four Horsemen's website?
Good question, Mark.
I want to say it's 30. Is it
37?
Is it 37?
I believe it's 37, at most 40.
I'm gonna look it up.
I wish I had
$37. 37, guys. 37. Yeah. What you get in this pack for $37 is absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Not only do you get one of the best figures, and I'm going to go ahead and admit this is not my favorite head. This is not my favorite head, even though it is awesome. This head in this colorway is incredible, but this isn't my favorite head. So you get this head. You get this head, which is my favorite. This head is incredible.
The
I love
Sentry
this
head.
Oh, is that what this is known as? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
know.
was the alternate alien head sculpt on the Sentry, and it's also going to be the repaint on Aphelios, the Buzz Off tribute.
Yes. Look at you with the names, man. I have a hard time with the names.
Or Aphelios. It's a weird one.
But you also get this awesome little knife, which is a little dwarf knife that I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite sculpts. Of course, you get shoulder pauldrons. You get this gun, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the design of like these bone weapons or these like bug weapons.
Vaccine
But
weapons. Yeah.
but this colorway is beautiful. Look at the paint job on that. Like
The pearlescence.
yeah, it's just gorgeous. You get an additional um, loincloth armor piece, so you can swap out if he has the longer or the shorter piece.
Yep.
Which is pretty crazy. And I think they did that with the exclusive set because if you popped the belt from the other figure onto this belt, it didn't cover all the way. And so they give you that one so you could swap out if you swap the belts. So the fact that they still give you this in the set, even though the other belt's not coming with this guy, they threw that in. That's great. You get 2 hoses. You get, oh my God, there's so much stuff. 2 arm blades, which are great. You get 2 extra boots, so you can either go with the armored boots, or in the package he comes with the armored split toe feet. So you get 2 sets of feet. You get an additional neck peg, so you can swap out if he has the. I'll show you which neck peg he has on him. So you can swap out the necks, and he comes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hands, an entire hands pack, and you get both. They're mostly unarmored, but you get both armored and unarmored hands. So you get 2 armored or gloved hands. You get 4, so you get 2 on him, 2 extra, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 ungloved hands. But here's what I'm going to do. Let me pop this other head on because I think this really just makes this figure. It just, to me, this head on this body in this colorway is just the best.
And I've seen a lot. I've seen. I can't remember his name. I believe he's Jesse Arnold's friend. He was big. He's a big, or he is a big Star Wars Black Series customizer.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse got him into Cosmics. And so he's been customizing Cosmics, and his most recent one was a repaint of this in more Predator colors. And
oh yeah,
he posted it up on the Cosmic Legions Cabal, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, that's perfect!"
I have a friend of mine locally who's very much into Predator, and I'm like, dude, I know you don't buy Mythics, you don't buy Cosmics, you need to get this figure because
Yep.
he is yeah, he's very much. But I just think this look right here is just incredible.
Awesome.
Look at the paint on the arms, like
yeah,
dark
the
brown,
greens.
light brown, gray, green, little yellow hits. Like the paint job on this guy is ridiculous, and $37 for everything you get out of town. I think if I had to create this figure on my own, probably the only thing that I would probably do different is, do these legs kick back a little bit further than like regular cosmic legs, or are these regular cosmic legs?
So those are the Sphexian legs.
That's what I thought.
And so they're more
Yeah.
bug-like compared to the tusk legs, which are more straight up.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred more straight up tusk legs instead of these bent back sort of legs. Other than that, that's dude, that's like my only. And if that's my only gripe, dude, this figure is just ridiculously cool.
So
And
my
you get to take this piece off because you can't put your shoulder pauldrons on, but it looks so cool with it. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna get these shoulder pauldrons on.
my
He,
favorite thing about this figure is taking the small neck peg and putting on the Oleg Thygar repainted,
mm-hmm.
and that gives him a bit more of that scaly neck.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm just getting back to the chat. Let me get back to the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
Rob is like, I'm in there seeing what other cosmics I can buy. Yeah, Rob is fairly new to cosmics. I think he just picked up his first few, but he's getting
Yep.
some bangers. Uh, Rob, I'm telling you, dude, this figure is so much fun, and you get so much for 37. It's ridiculous. Like, you could get him and the other guy that he came with, the AA. What was the other guy's name?
AA20.
AA20 and CC24. Yeah, you could get both of them for less than you could get the exclusives, and you get just about everything that came with it. Just about. You're only missing out on a couple of things.
Yep.
Curtis says, what's strange is that I was just talking about this figure last night in Legion's chat and how I need to open another because I love that Tusk build. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, somebody must have hit the like button because Trevor showed up. Thank you, Trevor. Hey,
What's
you
up, Trevor?
probably you missed out on all the gushing that we were doing about the interview. Went up yesterday. Trevor, I
So
hope you're
good.
reading some of the
So good.
comments if you've been able to. People are loving it. They're loving your appearance. Like they're loving like just how open and like like honest you were about all of your people were just like absolutely loving that video. And I've had so many people that messaged me personally and were like, hey, thanks for not talking to him about photography and asking him photography questions and then stuff that he couldn't answer because whatever, because we've kind of heard that. And I was like, yeah, that's the whole point. Is I was
Yep.
like, this isn't about like your job and like an exclusive like tell me something that you're not supposed to tell me. It's not about that. Like it is all about
Meeting
just
the
showing
collector.
how we're all the same, like what do we do? What do we have the same collecting habits? Do we have the same like goofy little things that we do? The little intricacies with our collecting, and that's what it's all about is the collecting. And so people are loving it, and yeah, man, I can't thank you enough for coming on. So thank you so very much.
I
Uh,
really like the parallels that you both had, like
oh my
Star
gosh,
Wars and 1/6 collecting and all that kind of.
yeah, I would love to go to like Trevor's house and just watch him work one day. Like he'd get no work done. I would bother him so much. Okay, so we have popped off the collar piece. So this is what we're working with right here. I think I'm going to do what Jeff suggested and get this neck peg off if I can.
Yeah, it's a little cold today.
Yeah, it is. Do you still have any? Because Jeff and I are in the same state, just in different parts. But do you still have any snow on the ground there?
We never got any.
You
We
never got any snow at all,
we never got any snow down here.
dude. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I was bummed, but not bummed at the same time when you were posting all the pictures.
Yeah, dude, we got so much freaking snow. It was ridiculous. I'm in North Florida. Jeff's in Central Florida. Terrence is in South Florida. I don't know. Terrence, are you really considered South Florida or are you still Central Florida?
He's
I
like
will.
South Central,
Okay.
West Palm.
I will say that with this particular piece off, the Oleg Thygar neck piece looks a little wonky. From
Yeah,
the
you
front,
gotta
not
have
so
the
much. Yeah, but yeah,
back
with
piece.
this, yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out, to be honest. Let's see if it changes once I put the shoulder pauldrons on, if that changes the game any. If I can get the shoulder pauldrons, it's a little cold, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the pauldrons on, but yeah, I'm going to have to go back to
I
the other
can't.
neck.
I can't get the neck on. Oh, everything's too cold today.
We're struggling. Okay. One question that was a great question was the one line where what would you take from a toy company and give it to another toy company? Yeah. Um, yeah, that's something that I think about all the time. And trust me, like whenever I was coming up with these questions and I was asking you guys, all my friends. I was like, what are some questions? Like, what should I ask? Like, one of the things I was like, well, I'm not going to ask any questions that I don't have an answer for myself, and so I had to think long and hard about that one. And My answer is always going to be the same until I can figure out something better. Is I would love to see what Jada Toys could do with Black Series, like with Star Wars in
Right.
general.
Right.
Um, uh, I I I don't think that Jada Toys has the infrastructure set up to be able to handle the volume that would be required
Hmm.
for a Star Wars line. And maybe that's something that um, one of my interviewers, I'm not going to say who, but one of my interviewers, we got to talking about interviewees, we got to talking about this topic, and one of them said um, that they felt like Hasbro might become just like a brand management company, like an entertainment company,
That's what they're looking to do.
and and sort of like outsource all of the production and all of that. And if that ends up being the case, then maybe they could help some of these smaller companies manage these larger IPs. And but yeah, they would need to be able to churn out some volume and quality. Now I know that Jada's got the quality, um, but I don't know. I just need somebody else other than Hasbro to tackle Black Series or 6-inch Star Wars because
Now, I was watching the interview and I was shouting at the screen like we all do when we hear people talking about stuff and we
yeah,
want to
what's your
interject.
answer to that, Jeff? Like, what toy line would you take away from one company and give to another? That's a good.
Before I get to that, I want to go back to Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
You've got me thinking about SHF, and
Yeah.
but we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about like a reasonable price point domestic compared to
Right.
international or
Right.
here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So the toy line that I would want to take away and give to another, um, I would like to take away. I don't know if it's taking away or get it into a legitimate hands, but the '80s Commanders from Ramen Toys, and
Ooh.
give, because I always wanted to collect Centurions as a kid, never
Uh-huh.
got into them because that was after my time, sort of,
Yeah.
um, being a '90s kid. Um, so yeah, Centurions, either give it to Jada or uh, I don't know if Hasbro doesn't want to take it, or I don't know who could take it and make it legitimate.
Yeah. Well, hey, I did not get a chance to buy those figures, but Greg was gracious and he sent me all three of his 80s commanders from Ramen. And so I
Yeah,
got a chance to review them. They are incredible.
yeah.
They are super high quality. They are amazing. Ramen's making some really good stuff. I'm excited to see what they do with the next mask release, the shark.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that comes out.
Which
And then
they
we're gonna
might have competition
yeah,
because the loyal
yeah,
subjects has the legitimate license.
yeah. So this is the build that I like to go with.
Nice.
These shoulder pads are just barely in there. So if I move this funny, they're going to fall out because it's just too cold in my office this morning. But I love this build. This guy's incredible. So I'm not going to sit here and fool with it anymore. I could sit here and push on this for the next hour and not get these shoulder pauldrons in. This guy needs a warm bath. So I'm going to call it done. But that head is incredible. And this head is incredible. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I don't believe these tusks were painted on Novian. Is it Novian Lean?
Novian Lean.
When he came out, I don't think the tusks were painted. I think they were like whatever color this was, like right here, like his bottom. Because I remember like people were painting them, and I was like, why didn't I think of that? But now they're painted. They look beautiful. This is an incredible head. Yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous.
I'm
So
blanking
while
on it.
you're finishing yours up, I'm just gonna jumping back into the chat and get caught up with everything.
Yeah.
The red tusk pilot, yeah, the red jet is gorgeous. That thing is beautiful. MJ Staten, thank you so much for joining in. Drunk Gizmo Toys, Drunk Gizmo Customs. Howdy, howdy. Yep, there's the red jet. Trevor says, yeah, it was fun just to talk about collecting. Absolutely. You're going to love our next few guests. Y'all are very lucky. I appreciate that. Let's see, 8 inches in South Mississippi. Hey, I used to live in Mississippi for a long time. I was born and raised in Southern Illinois. And then my family moved to Vicksburg and then Pearl, Mississippi, and then Jackson, Mississippi,
Wow.
where I lived from, I don't know, 13 until I moved here, like 24. So I spent a good chunk of my life in Mississippi. All of my middle school, high school. Well, it was ninth grade, eighth grade, eighth grade. Yeah, seventh, eighth, ninth grade, high school, and college there. So, yeah, man, 8 inches. We didn't get that. We got about 3 inches, but such is my life. Let's see, Benny Torres. Yeah, awesome show, Trevor. If you haven't seen it, go watch it after the show. Yeah, please, dude, definitely. Um, uh,
I like
yeah, I said the same thing in a chat a long time ago. Rob says, of course, I got attacked by all the crazies. Jada couldn't afford Star Wars. Yeah, I don't see at this. See, I think what's going to end up happening is if Hasbro does become like an entertainment company, it's not going to be about affording it. It's going to be like awarding it. It's going to be like
right, right.
somebody's going to come in and pitch, what they would do. And then Hasbro would have to award it to somebody and say, okay, if we're going to manage this license for Lucasfilm, but then that becomes like, then why is Lucasfilm even needing Hasbro as like a middleman? Then Hasbro, I mean, Lucasfilm could probably do that, and then the company would have to partner with somebody to be able to get this done. Because when we're talking about like what Jada Toys is doing right now, so they're shipping um, two Street Fighter figures at a time, like every 3 months or so, give or take. They just put out their Cyberpunk figures, which I'm still waiting on mine to arrive from um, Big Bad Toy Store, and they have soft goods, so they're stepping that up. But yeah, they would need to be delivering, like 3 to 4 Star Wars figures in 6 inch scale and in 3 and 3/4 inch scale at a fairly regular, consistency. And so I don't know. I picked them because they're affordable, they're high quality, and they're already in retail. That's why I picked Jada Toys.
Yep.
Um, you know, yeah, Mayfex is amazing. Yes, SH Figure Arts is amazing. They're managing Star Wars very well, but those figures come out once every 4 or 5, 6 months. You'll get they're like $100+ Like that's not affordable. Like that's not what I want my Star Wars collection to be. And as much as I hate the idea of starting over from Star Wars square one
Hmm,
with
hmm.
my collection, I think at this point Hasbro's just phoning it in with Star Wars. It's the bare
Yep.
minimum.
Yep.
Every once in a while they'll knock it out of the park and there'll be like one really awesome kick-ass Black Series figure come out. And then it's like, no, we're back to just checking the boxes again. I don't know.
Or if they plan on doing a figure for, say, a Disney Plus series, they don't come out right away or
Yeah.
in a timely manner.
Yeah, and I will say that has gotten better. It has gotten better. I know that a lot of the Ahsoka stuff was hitting right as Ahsoka was ending,
Hmm.
and so that was better. And then Acolyte, some of that stuff was coming out as the show was on, and that stuff is still trickling out. There's still a few that have not made it out yet, and some that haven't even been announced, like the Sith Kamir. Like we still need him. Like I don't care if the show is canceled and we never get any more shows. Fine, but I still need that figure. That still would be great to have.
Right.
And then Skeleton Crew was out before the show, which is great. That was amazing.
Yep.
And the way that they do the bio on the back, it's like not per character. It's literally just you know kids go on an adventure in space and run into pirates and have to make their way home. Like put that on every package. That's fine.
Yep. Yep.
I've already got the first Andor figure from the second Andor series, even though that show's not premiering until I don't know, probably March or April of this year. I don't remember when it's coming out, but yeah, there's a few that are coming out. They're getting better. I don't think we're ever going to get back to the the midnight madness sales of Star Wars figures, a few weeks before the movie comes out or a month before the movie comes out. I don't think we're going to get back there because of secrecy and spoilers and all that. But yeah, I love Curtis's Silverhawks from Super 7 to literally anyone. Yeah, would I love some like super highly articulated Silverhawks figures? Again, wasn't it was it Ramen Toy that did two Silverhawks? Didn't they do Quicksilver
Yep.
and
Yep.
Monstar?
Yep.
And that was it. They just did those two, and then they may have got a stock
Curtis was
from.
saying last night on Off World, he on one show, Bill from Dark Lair was saying, I'll review one of those Ramen Toys Silverhawks if somebody sends one to me. And Curtis sent one to him, and he never reviewed it. So
Nice. Take D&D away from Hasbro and Super 7 and give it to the Four Horsemen. Yeah. Yep.
Infinite
Um,
Legion.
I can tell you specifically when Greg and I interviewed Brian Flynn on our show. Brian is really only interested in the aesthetics of the character,
Yep.
and making characters that look like they stepped right off the screen. That
Right.
is, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying that's their goal. Like from the get go, their goal is to make it look like it stepped out of the animation. It's not articulation, it's not posability, and all of that. That is what they're going for, and that's just their gig. So yeah, I agree. I don't know who I'd like to see. I think Jada. Again, Jada Toys. I think Jada Toys would kill Silverhawks. I think they would crush it. It'd be so good,
Yep.
and I'd be down for that. Hey,
I'm
again,
really
hey, look, here we go, Thundercats, and give it to Jada. Yes, sir. I'll
I'm
take
really
it.
interested to see what the Loyal Subjects does with Mask.
Me too.
And
Me too.
yeah, Cops from Fresh Monkey. That's coming. I can't
I
wait to
can't
see more
wait.
about it.
That is going to be amazing. I loved Cops as a kid.
Yeah.
Those were so amazing. Yeah, Rob, you do need that Red Jet. That Red Jet is amazing. It is so good. It's one of the best figures out there. It's beautiful. Oh man, dude, can I do that? Can I do this?
I
And
think you
then
might.
what? I did not know that happened, dude. Y'all are gonna get sick of that. I'm gonna keep doing it. Um, let's see.
And then Playmates is jumping in with Power Rangers that they got the license from Hasbro. So
Yeah, I'm down for that. Power Rangers. I'm gonna give you guys real quick. Sorry, I know we're about to hit an hour, but
yep.
let me tell you something. Power Rangers really saved my sanity and my toy collecting during COVID
Mm,
because I'm gonna tell you what happened when I was so two things were happening during COVID. Um, I would get stir crazy and I would just have to leave my house because I was working from home. My kids were not going to school. I was teaching my kids at home, and trying to work and teach my kids at the same time was
insane.
I was going insane. My
Yep.
wife had to go to work because she worked in medicine, not with people but with animals.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, if there's ever a job that's recession proof, it is animal health care. People will take care of their animals before they take care of themselves.
Themselves. Yeah.
It happens. I have seen it. My wife can walk into any town in any state in America and get a job like that. She's certified, she's well educated, she has many years experience. She can walk into any animal. She does internal medicine, so not surgery. She heals things with medicine,
Okay.
and she can get a job instantaneously. Okay, it is just that's how it works. But they're always on. They're just like human doctors. Like they're never off. They're always on. And so she was going to work. I'm staying at home. I'm teaching my kids at home. I would have to get out. So my mom would come over. No, my mom was living with us at the time. And my mom would take care of the kids, and I would just go to my local Target. I wouldn't go far. I'd just go 10 minutes down the road to my local Target. And basically, the only stuff that I could find on shelves was Power Rangers Cobra Kai crossover, which
Mm-hmm.
I was watching at the time, which was great, and Power Rangers Lightning Collection.
Yep.
And so I was like, Power Rangers was twofold for me. One, it was just after I was collecting because I was in high school at the time when Power Rangers came out. So I didn't really watch it as a kid. And also to me, it was like equate Voltron. It was like generic brand Voltron. I was like, I don't want this. I never got into it. But I what I started doing is I started watching the episodes on YouTube. I started from season 1, episode 1, and I just started working through. Which, by the way, season 1 of that show is like 60 some odd freaking episodes. Like,
Yeah,
how are
yeah.
there so many episodes in that one show, in one season of that show? But I would watch them, and I was like, man, the nostalgia hit me. It's cheesy and campy and goofy, but the nostalgia really hit me. Not that I watched it as a kid, but I remember what the 90s was like, and I was like, yeah, that was pretty much it. I was a high schooler in the 90s. I know what it was like. And then so that was awesome. And then that's all I could buy. And so I was buying a lot of Lightning Collection and the Cobra Kai crossover stuff. And it's not great, but it was fun. And I got to pose them and take pictures. And it really kind of saved my sanity a lot during COVID. So I have a fondness. So I'm excited too to see what Playmates does with, I hope, yes, I agree. This is one of my favorite collabs of like the last couple of years is NECA doing 80s D&D. I want more. I hope that has not ended because I
Yep.
want more. I want that evil wizard. I'm trying to remember who else did I have. I'm looking on my shelf.
Do you
I
want
can't
the
really
do you
see
want
them.
the more animated characters to come
I
out?
love the show. I do want more animated. I would like to get the Super 7 ones. I just haven't gotten them yet because I also already have all the Hasbro ones.
Yeah.
Bat Forest Gump. Is that right? Bat Forest Gump.
Yep.
Grumps. I can't read. And my camera's in the way. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just don't think Star Wars property is spurring sales of anything. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
They gotta
Oh,
shake
look
up.
at this take. Give Star Wars to Valaverse.
Oh,
my guy's trying to start a war. High quality 1/12 cloth good figures are the way. I want OT in that format. Yes, because I've also heard, yeah, Mezco, give Star Wars to Mezco. Let
yep,
them.
yep.
I mean, give us less stuff. Bring the price down. If I honestly, seriously, if Mezco could give me $50 Star Wars figures, 1/12 scale, highly articulated with soft goods, $50, I would pay that. But I can't pay 80 to 90, 100 every time they drop a figure, and they drop one figure a month and then it sells out in 3 seconds. Like it's gonna have, you got to work on that.
And you
I
have
can't.
all these useless accessories that,
Yeah, I don't need 700 accessories with my, I need one or two. Well, all right, I need hands, I need extra heads, faces, and then
Yeah,
a few accessories. I'm not going to say I don't need a lot of accessories because that's what Hasbro's giving us now. Not a
yeah,
lot. You
yeah.
get one gun or you get one lightsaber and no hands, and then you get trigger fingers on both hands on every character. This is stupid. Hasbro, I know you're watching.
Even the
Stop that
lightsaber
shit.
wielding ones.
Every hand is like this for
Yep,
every character, both
yep.
hands. I'm like, I don't need that. Yeah, I only do Star Wars Hot Toys. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Hey, why is Greg in the chat? Hey, man, if you in the chat,
Come
Rob,
back on
don't.
screen.
Rob, don't start. Oh man, this is yeah, Bill got me. Yeah, going back to that. Fresh Monkey is on fire. They are.
Fresh Monkey
So
takes Star Wars.
ooh,
Oh.
I think you hit on it. I think that's it. Hey, so I meant to ask you a minute ago when you showed the Monster Force. That's the urban. No, sorry, that was Greg who showed that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
great.
I'm gonna get back. Okay.
But he had one of the nocturnal.
Yeah, it's one of the. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if that was the nocturnal version. I have that coming.
Or
Yep, Tiger
Delta Red.
Sharks. Yeah, Tiger Sharks are coming. Yes, I
Who's
want those.
who's got Tiger Sharks?
I think Super 7. They've
Super
already
7.
announced it. Yeah, they've already
Yeah.
announced they're coming. Adventure People, yes, but who? Who does Adventure People? Just Four Horsemen. Um, that's who
They
does it.
they do all of them, like even the canoe, the canoeer and the camper and
I'll take them. I don't care. I
yeah,
bought all of those when I was a kid. I always begged because to me that was like those were my Legos. Those were like the Legos are today, like how specific they were to specific scenes, like campers, canoes, and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Okay. Jeff and I look alike. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get into the double down because we're already at an hour and 5 minutes, and I know this is going to take a little bit. So let me get back here and let's do the double down. Okay. So this past week, Wednesday night, Eric and Jeremy revealed another Eric. Let's give a big shout out to our good friend Eric Miller, who has now joined the Four Horsemen officially as one of their new painters. I think we all kind of thought that was going to happen eventually, and I'm glad it did because, man, dude, he deserves it. He
I
is.
think I'm guessing, but I think the timeline was they were they were highly talking. I'm purely speculating. He hasn't confirmed this with me at all, or anyone has confirmed this with me. But I highly think that he was definitely talking with them at IshCon, because he was talking to Eric and Jeremy like nonstop for like hours on end in the lobby.
Mm.
And I was like, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Big things might be happening." I was like, "Okay, okay."
Oh wow, that's amazing. Hey, a lot happened at IshCon because that's when we got the first glimpse of the armory builds, right? They
Yep,
had them
the
sitting
Green
up.
Knights.
Yeah, and we didn't know what, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not talking about it." Yeah,
Yep,
there was a lot. Hey, they teased a lot at IshCon.
yep.
So yeah, good for them. All right, so we're gonna get into what they also talked about was the Cosmic Legion's character packs.
Hmm.
Now, we can speculate all day as to why they're doing this. Some people say it's because cosmics are not selling very well and they want to, um, inject some life into that line. And this is one way to do it. I don't care. I don't care what the reason is. Head packs are always a good idea in my opinion. I I am sad to see that we've only gotten one heads pack in Mythics. I
Hmm.
want more. I wish they would do like two head packs a year. Like I mean, change it up. Bring Mythics into Cosmics. Bring Cosmics into Mythics. Like bring Figure Obscura if possible, where applicable, into those lines as well.
Yep.
I'm all for it. So let me go ahead and share some of the heads. I know here in this chat, probably most everybody has already seen them all, but we're going to do it anyway. So, no, don't share that window. That'll put us down a rabbit hole that we'll never get out of. Screen share, and then there we go. Share this window. Okay, can everybody see that? All right.
Let us know in the chat.
Yep. So here we have the first one that was shown off, and that is the Ninian head in the Olek Thygar paint scheme. Again,
Gorgeous.
this was painted by the talented Eric Miller. I love this. I think this is absolutely fantastic. And then how would it look on an Olek figure? I think we have a couple of examples. Whoa, I went going too far back in one direction. Um, I think they showed it off on this figure first. The
Hmm.
Olek Thygar Grave Ring um, version, I think, looks fantastic. I think some of us thought that maybe in the future we may get a version since this is when the snake body was developed. We just didn't know that it was going to be a snake, but I just think it fits so well. I mean, that is the Ninian body and the Ninian arms reused from Olek, of course, with that extra back piece added. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, Jeff? Like, this just looks amazing.
It's a great refresh of Olek, giving you more troopers, snake
Yeah.
troopers in space. But it's also gonna give the serpent spires, the snakes and mythics a new look. Um, I know a lot of people were gonna have to like repaint certain things to make it look right in mythic, but that's the fun of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back here. So in fairness, the Horsemen tend to put out tons of extra heads in their regular figure. You're absolutely correct. I mean, we
Yep.
just talked about this figure came with two, and then the exclusive set from Legion's kind of came with three. So yeah, I completely agree. They're always giving us heads. Plus, there's a huge community of 3D printers making new heads all the time, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. Maybe the heads are one of the places. I know that there are. Or at least I've heard that there are certain parameters that I think the Four Horsemen have kind of said that they're asking the 3D printers not to do. Like in the past, I think it was like joints and stuff, like
Yeah,
to
you
not
can't do
make
any
them.
of the articulation points.
Yeah, but other than that, like everything else was like fair game, and so Yeah, yeah, I think I like that they're like, well, let's kind of stay out of their way. But at the same time, I think 3D printers, either this is a unwritten rule or an unspoken rule, or maybe it's just out of a respect, but 3D head makers are not making molds of these heads and then
Right.
reselling current heads. They're making new and different heads. And so sometimes I do want these official heads like in different colors. And I think this is a great way for them to like test the waters and see. And I like how they think about when they do a head color, like a good example is like when they did like Gaspar, because I was using this head recently on something. They're like they're worried about like what they're like. Well, let's paint match this to this body so
Hmm.
that you know that this head will work with this particular body that came out later or earlier. I think that's brilliant. Um, yeah, it's just this is great. Like I love this. Yeah, great paint on these for sure. I love this Exo Man of War tribute, man. I haven't heard about Exo Man of War in so many years. I used to read that comic when I was a kid.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'd get my every time we when we lived in the South, my mom would go into like a Kroger's grocery store, and they didn't carry like Marvel comics or DC comics. They carried like weird stuff like that, like Exo Man of War and
Valiant.
um yeah, they would yeah, exactly, the Valiant comic stuff. Any of the heads they make are good. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if I can remember what was the next one they showed.
It was
Was it
Kragnar, the
okay?
the
So yeah, so
dragon.
Kragnar. So I am so happy about this. I was like, yes, I've got both versions of Olek. I don't have to buy the bundle. I can just get the head. That's perfect. And then they showed Kragnar, and I was like, yep, love it. I love Kragnar. He's amazing. I already got that figure. I don't have to buy another figure for this. This head and tail, whew, amazing. Because you know that head is articulated, the jaw opens and closes. The paint
Hmm.
work on here again by Eric Miller, absolutely beautiful. God, this is gorgeous. The blue eye, just what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, it just it it fits in with Kragnar's body, and it's gonna look great with Arakagor and what's the black one from Big Bad Toy Store, um, and then
Oh,
Scourge. So you got three Dragon Seers coming, um, or four Dragon Seers on your shelf, and I I was going to commission Dirk Customs to do a repaint of the dragon head and tail after seeing Colin Culp's commission. But it's great to get a production piece of for Kragnar.
yeah, this is I'm looking on Big Bag right now for that particular uh but I think I searched for Mythic Legions and it's not coming up and it's because it's not Mythic Legions.
It's on
That's why
Mythic
I can't
Legions.
that's why I can't that's why I can't find it. So
There it
just
is.
trying to oh yeah, there we go. Stavros the Unwavering.
Davros, the
Yeah,
Unwavering. Yeah.
that guy is gorgeous. Yeah, that all that black and yeah,
Buffed
that's great.
tunic
Yeah, that thing is
in ogre
gorgeous. That
scale.
is, yeah, I have him on pre-order. I can't wait. But yeah, this looks absolutely incredible. Looks so good. Um, let's see here. Next, I think was it these guys? Was it the
Yep, the
Greyborn?
Greys.
I love this, and I love like Jeremy's little bit of info, a little bit of lore back into the and behind the scenes is that these were sculpted when they sculpted the figure when Eric sculpted the figure initially,
Hmm.
and they just didn't know like whether or not to include them or maybe these were rejects, but now they're coming back. I like the gritted teeth because that kind of gives them more of a warrior look. I dig that, and I love the war paint again, painted by Eric Miller. Yeah, these are fantastic. I love these, and again, I have both of the Greyborn, so I was like, good. Don't have to buy the bodies to go with it. I already have them. Which one of these is your favorite? The gritted teeth or the stripes?
I like the gritted teeth. The moment I saw the gritted teeth, it reminded me of the Greys in X Files, and
Ooh,
I
yeah,
want to make like the smaller Greys in the X Files with that gritting
got you.
teeth. I might do a repaint or get somebody to do a repaint because the Greys in X Files were a little bit more black, blackish gray or gray black. So yeah, that's my plan for that.
I love that. Good example of this costing a customizer a commission. Thanks, Jeff. Stefano, the Dragon of
Just telling
South
you
Bay.
how it happened.
Yeah. No, I think these are great. I love the idea of turning these like more stoic, monk-like, benevolent, beings into like a warrior class. They remind me so much of, like, I don't know why, but it's making me think of oh man, John Carter of Mars for some
Yep,
reason.
yep, yep.
Yeah, just the mix of thoughts and
Or Planet Hulk,
oh
with
wow,
all the
yeah, yeah,
different
yeah. Yeah.
alien gladiators.
Next up, we have the ones that I'm least excited about, and that is the Sphexians, mainly because I don't like bugs. I'm just not a bug. Like, I mean, not in real life. Like, if there's a bug in my house, I'm the one that has to kill it or trap it and get rid of it. But,
Right.
like, in toys, video games, like pop culture, I'm just not a bug person.
Hmm.
Um, the only Sphexian that I have a local friend give to me, because he bought it and he didn't like it, and that was the blue one. I don't know which one that is.
That's
I don't
the
know their
Block
names.
Commander.
Okay, and he comes with this helmet, so he does come with like a helmeted version with like the mandibles. But
Oh
I
wait,
do
no,
admit the
that's the
black.
Prison Guard. The
Oh,
the
okay,
red one
that's the
is
one.
the Block Commander.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I have. I have the blue one.
Yep.
So yeah, so we have these helmeted versions. You're gonna get one of each, the mandibles and the antenna, and then let's see if I can find the body where they're on. I think they're this way. So yeah, that's what they're gonna look like on the body. Yeah.
Uh,
Also, I just find these very cumbersome to try to pose, like with the little extra arms and the wings and like all the little stuff. Like I get one part of it right, and then another piece falls off, and then yeah, I'm just like, whatever. These are the only cosmics I'm just like, I don't really care much about personally. Just me
yeah.
personally.
Yeah, they're finicky here and there. No doubt about it. I like the details, the way that they've created different color ways for them. The first two, the Block Commander and the Prison Guard, being very pearlescent, and then this jet black on the Miner. Um, and then in
I
the
agree with
lore,
HA on this one. I think the eyes should have been like a bright, like a lime green
mm,
would would have been beautiful. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 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 yeah. Or
yeah.
a pearlescent purple, pinkish purple would have been cool
Oh
too.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
the
yeah.
kind of mandibles have like a little bit of pink on them. I think that would have been. I'm with Rob. I hate bugs.
I like all sorts of aliens, whether they're bug, reptile, amphibian, mammal.
Yeah. Look, I dig it. It's something new and different, and it puts a lot of
I do
hey,
like Starship
Starship
Troopers.
Troopers is a fun movie. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
And like Helldivers, I enjoy that video game, and I because I'm killing bugs, like I'm getting rid of them. But yeah, like in any video game, if there's like a bug level where you have to go down in the mines and there's like bugs like underground, I'm just like, ugh, let's get through this. Joe says that the black one is solid. Yeah, if I were to get one like buy a Sphexian, it would be that black one for sure. Like
And the lore
100%.
is the unhelmeted are the true like miners. They don't have wings. They're deep down in the mines, and the ones who have wings can fly and have these helmets. So
Yeah.
it's great to have a helmeted version.
Honestly, and somebody let me know in the or maybe Jeff, do you have this black Sphexian?
Yeah, yeah. I have
Does he
about
come with
3 or 4 of them.
gloved hands?
No, there is not a there is no glove version of the Sphexian hand, I believe,
Okay.
as of right
So
now.
I think like if I got that guy, I would probably put like maybe these hands,
Yeah,
like, some of the tusk hands on
the
him.
3-handed tusk. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably just get rid of all the bug stuff. I think that guy would look kind of cool with that
Yep.
helmet.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just not a fan of like bug stuff.
But you
Bug
like the
stuff is
snakes.
I love, yeah, and look, dude, and here's the thing: in real life, I hate snakes. Like, dude, don't get a snake around me. I don't dig snakes. Like, if I'm at the fair and somebody's walking around with like a snake around their neck or something, or out on their hand, like people do, and I don't know why, but I'm like, get away from me. I'm not going to the reptile cave at zoos.
Yep.
I don't mess with snakes, dude. I don't watch snake movies like Anaconda, Snakes on a Plane. I don't. No, sir.
Yep.
Snakes to me are like cherry flavor to me. I love anything that's cherry flavored except for cherries. I'm not eating a cherry. I don't want real cherries. I want cherries out of a jar, off of a tree. I'm good. But cherry flavored anything, yes, give me that. That's how I am with snakes. Like I love snake designs, and the Ninian's one of my favorite. Like their color palette is beautiful. Like snakes are in general, like I can appreciate the beauty of their scales and the symmetry, and but no way. Like I just in real life, I'm not holding a snake. I'm not gonna touch your snake. Like I don't. If you got a snake at your house, I don't want to see it. I don't want to go. I'm not. Nope.
Nope.
Um, but speaking of something I do like, boobies. 4-H needs to make a 3 booby female Cosmic Legion, like in Total Recall. I'm not down. I'm not. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I would definitely buy that. It had to be snakes. Yeah, exactly. I'm like Indiana Jones. It had to be snakes. And then I think we get to some really cool heads. We get these two heads, which when they showed the screenshot,
Uh-oh.
immediately my head was my brain went to okay, that's Thrace. But I was like, is this a new head? Like, I did not realize that that head was Ziri. Like, when I saw this head, uh, it's because to me, this face paint, the paint on the face just immediately changes that from like an alien look to, of course, a very human look. And so my brain didn't even recognize this as being Ziri. I love these. These are fantastic. Uh oh. Did I lose Jeff? What happened? Hey, where'd you go?
Hey, sorry, technical difficulties.
That's all right. That's all right. So I don't know if you heard what I said. I was just saying that when I saw this head, of course,
Hmm.
immediately I'm like, that's Thrace.
Hmm.
Instantly, I was like, yep, 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 no problem. But then when I saw this head, I was like, instantly, I was like, no, that like that just I didn't even recognize that being Ziri's head. It's so um, it's so like different, like it just looks completely human, like I didn't even notice. Yeah, that one just that threw me off. um this
It's
is Sharon and Sherry from the Beverly Hills Med Spa. I don't get that reference, but it sounds funny. These are the best of the set. Hey, that's cool, that's dope. I love the way that they look like Fallout characters right here. Like this just streams
that's what a lot of
Fallout to
people are
me.
saying.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. And of course you can put these in your mythics. Like I think these are some of the most like compatible with both sets of the
Can you
set.
scroll over to the mythic version of them? There's an image
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's do that.
because that oh
Boom. Yeah.
that's that's awesome looking,
Yeah.
especially the blonde
Yeah.
version of
When
Thrace.
I saw this, and again, like we were talking about, they matched the face color to the Bastet body, and I instantly texted Greg. I was like, dude, like your Bastet's getting an upgrade. And he's like, I know, man, I know. Like this is gorgeous. Like I am most definitely doing this with my Bastet when I get this figure in. This is incredible, and yeah, her head looks great on that mythic body. Like that's fantastic. I know a lot of people in our chat were like instantly like trying to source these parts in our private chat. We're trying to
Right.
source some of these elven parts. Um, but yeah, these are yeah, this is fantastic. I'm down for this. Like, what's your overall take on the heads as a whole?
As a whole, it's a great shakeup, both to cosmic and mythic, because everybody's gonna get not well, except for the Greys and maybe the Sphexians, but the other three packs, the dragon, the snakes, and the cosmic ladies pack that Jeremy named it. Um, they're gonna do great to just build out more of your cosmic legions, but also make new characters in mythics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. I think all of these can. I would even say that I would like to see like what the grays look like with some mythic parts. I
Hmm.
know that their head design typically screams sci-fi, but I wonder. Yeah, I don't think those Sphexians are going to make their way into mythics, but yeah. So these head packs, are going to. So Jeff, I'll need your help on this because there's only a
Yep.
little bit of this that I remember. Each one of these head packs are $10. So you're going to get the
Mm.
two ladies for $10, the two grays for $10, the two
Mhm.
Ninians for $10, the two Sphexians for $10, and the head and the tail for I forgot his name, but let's just the
Crackdown.
Dragonborn,
Yep.
Kragnar, for $10, which is fantastic pricing. I love that. I think that's spot on. I'm getting all of these with the exception of the Sphexians because I don't have those figures and just don't care to get them. So I'm going to get those, or you can buy them, and this is where I'm going to need your help. In bundles. So,
Hmm.
what are the? Do you remember the bundle prices? Because I know 3 of them are the same, but then like 2 of them are different.
So the standards, I believe, are at 40.
So you can get the head and Ziri. You can get the heads and Olek and
Mhm.
both versions of Olek, right? Like the
Mhm.
Brave Ring and the his other version with the
About
spacesuit,
Qatar.
Valkatar version.
Yep.
And then the grays. Those are going to
Yep.
be your. You can get the body and the heads pack for 40, so you don't have to go track down the body somewhere else.
Yep. And then the Sphexians are deluxe, and I believe that goes up to 60.
Okay.
I'm really bad at numbers off the top of my head. And then the Kragnar Dragon pack, I believe, goes up a little bit more to 80. But I could be
Okay.
way off on the numbers.
Okay. And then these are going to go up as soon as is it when the book ends? Like when the pre-order for the book, is that right? Like
Yes.
these are gonna go up right
Um,
after the book pre-order?
I believe it's March
Okay.
March something.
Okay. Let me look because let's see.
Wish I had those numbers.
Store Horseman. Let's see here because let's see, when is the book for when does the pre-order for the book end? Do we know? Does it say here?
I don't think it says on there.
Okay. But yeah, so this is going to end like sometime in February, and then the heads are going to go up
Oh, it
in
ends
March.
February 31st.
February 31st. You guys heard it here first.
February
It's
30th.
three
The
February
books.
28th.
February 28th. Somebody else said.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So is it February 7th? Does that sound? Blake says February 7th. Is that when the book ends or when the heads go up? Do we know? Somebody let me know in the chat. I don't remember. I watched the stream, but it was late at night and I was tired.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I think so we have the ongoing in stock sale. All of the nights are still available, which blows my mind. They must have made a ton. So go and get yourself some really good
Builders.
cosmic goodness. Get you some knights, some army builds. Go in there and pre-order that book. I've already made my pre-order for the book. You can pre-order the 10th anniversary uh, knights, the Silver Knight for the
Silver
10th
Knight version
anniversary.
2.
Yep. And then he Blake says the heads go up February 7th. So I think that's a few days after the book ends. I want to say that the book ends on February 3rd. Is that
Oh, I
correct?
forgot. We're still in January.
Yes. Yes. We're still in January. So
So
I
I
think
think
the
it's
book ends
January 31st.
first. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
only 28 days in February. Unless it's a leap year, then we get 29.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Curtis says they did not make a ton. So maybe it's that a lot of people just got what they wanted at the show at Legion's Con.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what's going on. So yeah, there's a lot going on right now. So you can get your in stock sale right now. You can get your book until the 3rd. I believe it's the 3rd. And then you can get these heads pre-ordered on the 7th. And then they said they're hopefully will arrive by the end of the year. That would be absolutely fantastic. We already know from Bill's video, it's going to be a massive year for Mythics, Cosmics, and Figure Obscura. So get your wallets ready. Jeff, we went over today. By about 30 minutes. We try to typically keep it to an hour, but we had a host shift. Thank you for coming on and filling
I
in for
appreciate it.
Greg. The price is just high enough to cause people pause. Yes, I know how Curtis feels about the price of these Armory Knights. Absolutely. And I don't really disagree. I think he's kind of right on that. So, but yeah, thank you for everybody who's joined us in the chat. Jeff, tell everybody where in the chat. I'm sure they already know. Where can they find you every week? What are your shows? When are you on? When can we find you?
Yeah. So I'm Cosmic Jeff in the Cosmic Cabal. I started a little Facebook Live show called Cosmic Contact. It's every other Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and February 7th to the 23rd will be the heads pack or the character packs. Um, Cosmic Contact runs from 8 to about 9ish Eastern. It's free for all. Anybody can join the chat. Anybody can come on screen with me, and we're talking Cosmic Legion, sci-fi, and adjacent stuff. I've been kind of adjacenting with sci-fi Glyos or space Glyos. Other than that, you can find me also every Friday night on the Let's Go Off Road podcast on the Let's Go Off Road podcast channel on YouTube. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern every Friday night with a good group of guys. We're always having fun talking about different things. And then I started my YouTube channel last year. Haven't really gotten very far with it. Haven't gotten very far with my Instagram either, but my handle is at sourcefigure. That's SOURCEFIGUR.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah. With all the shows that you're on, yeah, keeping up with the YouTube channel is a lot of work, which is why I try to make, my YouTube reviews my priority.
Mhm.
And then next priority is this show, the interviews, of course. And then, yeah, just, I only cross post on Instagram. Uh, I just can't. Yeah, I can't do like Blue Sky and X and Facebook and like I just and now TikTok is like gone. It's not gone. I don't know. I can't do everything, so I just try to keep it to just two, just YouTube and Instagram, and just do it there. So yeah. So thank you. We had 23 people in the chat today. While you're all here, before you check out, the my next interview will go up. Meet the Collector interview will go up next Friday. This coming Friday, and the again, the hint is the only hint I'm giving to the guest is orange. That's it. That's all I'm going to give you. Orange, and nobody has figured it out yet. I was reading the chat. Nobody's figured it out yet. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'd really appreciate that. And we will see you back here next Saturday.